Vlogmas day 4. Oh, okay, it's been a very long day. So as you could already tell, I am not in New York anymore. I am back at my apartment in Philadelphia. Today was a pretty like hectic-y day where I wasn't able to really like film too much because I just found myself like moving, trying to get some work done, and also traveling. It's pretty hard, like stop and start your camera throughout the day. So today's vlog will just be a little bit different, where the day already passed and I'm like at the end of the day, but I will be like talking about earlier in the day. Okay, today guys, I went or kind of started, I don't even know what we can call it, but basically today I started my apartment scouting in New York. Oh my god, it makes me really feel like an adult. I don't think I've ever shared this with you guys, but my plans after I graduate from Penn, I plan to pick up and leave Philly and actually move to New York. Funny thing is that I like, oh my god, not even 2 years ago, probably, okay, maybe 2 years ago, I had this hate for New York. Like, if you was to tell me 2 years ago that I, Morgan Brown, will be moving to New York City, I would be like, yeah, right, absolutely not. And I think that has a lot to do with the fact that my first time that I was ever exposed to the city, it was horrible. Like, I was dropped off smack dab in the middle of Times Square, and that's all I saw. Like, literally, I was there throughout my whole trip, and that just made me think, oh my god, like, is this literally all New York has to offer? Like, is every part of New York City like this? It was so crowded, it was loud, there was too many lights, it was dirty. I mean, the dirty part is still pretty consistent, and literally that was my first encounter with New York City. So you can just imagine, like, yeah, I will hate that too, girl. But once I actually moved over to the East Coast, when I started school here at Penn, and then also just working pretty frequently in New York City, I've had the chance to really kind of see and explore the city, like past Times Square, because honestly, like, it is way more to New York City than Times Square. I don't know, I wouldn't say that I necessarily like am in love with New York City. I really don't know my relationship with New York City, but I know it is a place that I want to be for a little bit. Definitely not permanent. I don't plan on raising my family there. I don't really see myself there long term, but it's just something that I want to try out. So yeah, New York seems like my plan, at least as of right now. I kind of, to be completely honest, I have been going back and forth, not necessarily like with another city. Well, I guess so. It's been Chicago. So I've been kind of battling, at least over the last couple of months, been battling like moving to New York and continuing my career and expanding X, Y, and Z in a new city, or do I go back home, like back to Chicago? You guys are pretty up to date just with like my life this year, as you all may know, and if you are new here, hey girl. But in June, I lost my father, and this was right before I started my senior year of college. So up to this, like before that point, I knew that I didn't want to go back home. It was never, even when I started college, like it was never my plan to say, okay, I'm gonna finish 4 years of school, work my butt off, and then come back home. Not necessarily to even come home to live with my parents, but just to like come home to what I've seen all of my life. I knew that I wanted to live in a new city, have new experiences, like travel the world, and I didn't want to do that like being back in Chicago. So after my dad had passed away, your whole life changes, right? Which is a given, but like my plans started to kind of become shaky, and I almost started to feel guilty, like about even just being here in Philly to finish school, because being away, you know, not present like back home with my family in Chicago, like being away, having this distance almost like gives me like, I feel like privileged in a way that I don't have to like walk into my home and, you know, and not see my dad there. I am almost like separated from the reality, and I have my mom and my sister back home who has to be hit you know, hard with reality on the daily. But then again, I know my dad would have definitely wanted me to, you know, continue my plans, like work for what I want. And if going back to Chicago is not in that plan, then what are you doing? And you know what? I don't think I have shared this with my mom at all, actually. Like this feeling of guilt. All right, so that was a lot, but that's just kind of like where I am in my like post undergrad career, I guess, post undergrad journey. Okay, so today was like, it was actually really exciting. It was like my first step into this new undiscovered chapter that's coming into my life. So completely off the whim, Jayla and I was like, we should go look at some apartments. Jayla already lives in New York City, so she's like the perfect person to kind of start this apartment hunting journey with, because she's done it already and kind of knows the ins and outs. Of course, I'm like, yeah, girl, let's do it. So we get up this morning and go apartment hunting. On such short notice, we were able to see 2 apartments. So here is apartment number 1. Oh wow. Oh wow. This is, yeah. Yeah.
And then the view, like you can see the water and everything.
Oh, this one's so much bigger.
Yeah. And it's a space to put the living, like the living
You can have
room,
actually have a couch here.
bar stools, yeah.
Bar stools on the island. The kitchen is huge.
Yeah. This one I feel like is an upgrade.
Oh, definitely. I could probably, it's like 45% chance that are interested in it. Maybe you gotta get like a month free. Possibly, it's not 100%.
Oh, look how it has double sinks.
Oh, it's bigger, so much bigger.
Yeah, it's a whole different ballgame.
Morgan.
Jayla. The shower. Look how much space is there. And then, wow, Jayla, look at this bedroom. Holy.
This one's huge.
And the windows, yeah, this one's so much better.
Yeah, it's like two different buildings.
Let's see.
How do you call it? But
Just to give you an idea how big the room is.
That's how you know it is better than even the other one, even though it's smaller.
Yeah, this was a little smaller, but it's not as small as the other ones. You still have a balcony.
this one's large. Does it have one?
Yeah, it looks like the closet's there. So both of the rooms have a balcony, right?
They connect to the other.
Oh, so you go around. Is there a balcony in the living room? No, okay, just in the bedroom. Okay, this is the balcony. Oh, wow.
This view is like,
So on the 8th floor, guys, this is the only unit there. So it's like basically our own floor. And then this balcony connects to the other bedroom there. Here's the bedroom number 1. And then here is bedroom number 2. Yeah, you get an entire closet. This closet is actually pretty big. Here is the bathroom. Look how big. Look how big this is. Oh my God. So what are your thoughts on the apartment?
So my thoughts on the apartment is that I love the upgraded finishes and like just the luxury feel. I do feel like we need to look to see if we could get like a better rooming situation, because I do feel like the master bedroom is beautiful. The second bedroom, they kind of was just like, yeah, let's like try to fit something right here. But I like the building overall. The area, could we find a better area? Maybe. But overall, I really like it. Like, as far as the living room, the kitchen, the bathroom, all upgraded. You live in fancy. Okay, so where we're about to go next is basically like a brownstone where they renovated each level and they're renting each level out. It's a 3-bedroom, renovated. It has washer and dryer in there. It has the island kitchen. But I wonder how the spacing is for the bedrooms. That's the only reason I would say like us moving to a brownstone would be beneficial, because the bedroom size may be huge compared to a little apartment that you get in these tiny rooms. So we'll see. I don't know.
Hello. Good. So guys, we're getting ready to head to apartment number 2. This one is probably gonna be a little bit different because it is a brownstone and not an apartment like building. The price is super, super good. Like crazy good for 3 bedrooms. Almost makes me skeptical, but I'm gonna go in with a positive mind.
Right.
Okay, so we made it to apartment number 2. Thank you. Okay, so this one has the exposed brick. Also the island. Smaller fridge. Oh.
You got 11-foot ceilings. You're the only apartment with exposure.
So all the bedrooms are pretty much the same size.
Yeah.
We renovated the entire building. I don't know why they saved this one for last for the renovation, so it's the last one left.
Gotcha.
Mostly to young roommates, like just out of college. Building's very quiet.
Okay, so our review of apartment number 2. Not a fan.
The rooms were like itty bitty.
Not what I was looking for. It could be a great fit for someone.
For someone,
like
yeah.
it's a great price.
And I think right now we would want like a luxury building.
Yes, I think that's what we're looking for. So yeah, apartment 2, no. So yeah, shortly after apartment hunting, Jayla and I grabbed some food, chilled out for a little bit, and then I was on my way back to Philly. I definitely do plan on viewing more buildings, of course. I know it is super early, but I really just want to get my feet wet and see what was out there. So when it does come time for me to, you know, really like nail down on this, I will have some idea like just of the market. So guys, I guess that wraps up Vlogmas day number 4. But before we go, you guys already know what time it is. It is time to hang another quote on our wall of reminders. And my quote for today is, you do what you want when you're popping. Girl, let me tell you, okay, when you have goals set, when you have aspirations and you are motivated and you are driven, nobody can tell you nothing. Okay, no one can take that light away from you, and ultimately you do what you want, girl. And let's go hang it up. So guys, I guess that wraps up Vlogmas day number 4. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and day 5, we coming for you.